vitamin water. All right, back on it to start the second period. We got the line of Anaya, Schroeder, Doss, Hoover. Hens got control of it down in their zone. They got it behind the board. Anaya's in pursuit. Tries to stick with hole, cleared right in front, but nobody's there. Ends up being over to the stick of Doss. Doss is carrying it up into the neutral zone. Carries it forward and dumps it. Nice dump. It's going to end up landing behind the net. We get Anaya in pursuit. Got to get behind the net. Anaya gains possession. Doss is waiting in front. Sends it over in front. Oh, gets a shot off. Oh, a couple chances. And then a whistle. McPhee got a shot off and got into the glove of the Hens goalie. Draw coming down inside of the Hen zone. 12:21 left in the first. Raptors keeping the same line. We got Anaya, McPhee, Doss, Hoover, and Schroeder. Nice win by Anaya. Goes right to the stick of McPhee. Plays it back to Schroeder. Schroeder chips it down into the corner. Anaya's in pursuit behind the net. Hands it down along the boards and sends it back over to Hoover. Hoover gains possession. Met there by a Blue Hens. He was able to take the puck and carry it up into the neutral zone. Hoover coming on the back check. Schroeder on the swipe. Tries it for the miss. Oh, good save by Casalito. Good opportunity there by the Hens. Great save. Played along the boards. Try to clear it up for Anaya. Anaya can't quite get it out. Still chapping it down along the boards. Tries to send it up. It's met there by him and McPhee. Still scrapping. Goes back behind the boards. Schroeder's in pursuit behind the net. Schroeder sends it forward up to Doss. Have a chance to carry it through the zone here. Doss carrying it up into the neutral zone. Carrying it down into the zone. He carries it up. He's up high. Sends it over to McPhee. Maybe a little bit too late. Goes down into the corner. McPhee tries to trap it in, but can't quite keep it in. Hens gain possession to try to carry it out of the zone. Schroeder takes a swipe at it, but misses. They carry it in. They got a 2-on-1 opportunity coming forward. It goes off the stick. Hoover in nice pursuit to chip the puck forward. Won't be an icing because they get there in time. Little stick lift there by Yellen. Yellen scrapping along the boards. Comes over to Hoover and Doss. Hoover tries to send it in front. Doesn't quite make it through traffic. Doss sends it over in front. Oh, doesn't make it through. Hits off of the shin. Tries to kept in by Schroeder. Schroeder's there to chip the puck. Hens gain possession and carry it down into the corner. Met there by Schroeder. Schroeder swings and misses with the game behind the net. Met there by Hoover. Oh, they played it in front. Casalito with a great little chip back outside. They send it forward. Goes off to the stick of Yellen. They can't quite gain possession. Up along the boards. Right to the stick of Lane. Lane over to Waldron. Waldron carrying into the zone. Chips it down along the boards. Pursuing his own puck. Gathers it behind the net. Going to try to send it over in front to Lane. Sends it back behind the boards. Lane's right there behind the boards. Sends it back over to the other side. Tried to find Waldron along the boards. Who's there and tied up. Possession's taken down. No penalty there. Yellen whiffs on the pen that goes along the side. Coming it back. He's got DiLorenzo. Sweeps under DiLorenzo's leg. But Anthony's right there with a great hustle and a good chip to the corner by Casalito. Casalito's awake today and playing really well. Hey, Anthony's in the corner. Gets it up to DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo sends it up along the boards. A little bit too long for Lane. Comes over into the Hens. The Hens got it. They have some numbers to pursue her into the zone. If she can't get it out, makes one sweep along Lane. Plays it calmly over to the neutral zone. Goes off the stick of Yellen. Up to the player of the Hens. The Hens try to play it back. Goes off of Yellen's stick. Enough to break it up. Meets Anthony there. Anthony breaks it up and gets in the way. Ends up ripping wide of the net. DiLorenzo sweeps and carries it forward. The Raptors have some numbers if they can use their speed. DiLorenzo carrying into the neutral zone. He's got Waldron and Yellen with him. DiLorenzo carries it and tries to send a nice little crosser, but it's deflected there. Puck's chipped back into the neutral zone. Anthony gathers possession. Nice play by Anthony. Carries it forward. He's going to carry it in. Going to give himself a nice shot chance. Ripped it on the net. Kick save. Puck's loose in front. Lane scrapping there. Ends up playing it out of the zone. DiLorenzo holding it to keeping it out for the offsides. Sends it on a crosser. A bit of a slow leaker, but gets there. Anthony carries it forward to the stick of Waldron. Waldron's going to bring it up the right side. Chips it into the corner and goes for a change. Felmley coming on the ice. Puck along the side to Lane. Lane has possession in the corner, but ends up getting through his stick. Felmley tries to make a play on it, but they sweep around him. McLam makes a play, but sweeps around him. Bringing it back in the neutral zone. We got Wolf and Hollingworth on D. They try to play the crosser, and it goes off to the stick of Hollingworth and go down into the corner. Hollingworth tries to clear, but doesn't quite get it out. Goes right to the skates of Felmley. Felmley chips it forward, which will be an ice down into the corner. It's going to come back. 8:42 left in the second. 1-0 Raptors. We've got Anaya, Felmley, Wolf, McLam, and Hollingworth on the ice. Anaya to take the draw in his own zone. He wins it over to the side right to Hollingworth. Hollingworth plays it forward. Goes up with the stick of McLam. McLam can use his speed. He's going to have an opportunity here to get a puck on the net. Uses it in. He does get there. But the Blue Hens players have taken him down. Still scrapping for it down in the corner. Anaya and McLam scrapping. They ended up being able to leak it out to the Blue Hens. Played up here to Wolf. Plays a nice stretch pass over towards the middle. Hens using their speed to get in the zone. Try to play it across in front of Hollingworth, and they do, but they can't quite get a shot off. Puck played behind Casalito with the save, and Hollingworth and Casalito jump on it to get the whistle. Good hustle back by Hollingworth to get behind Casalito to help with that leak through. Good save. On the ice, we have Anaya going to take the draw. We got Schroeder and Hoover coming in on defense. We got Felmley and McLam in forwards. Anaya with a good win over to Schroeder. Schroeder's going to try to send it up. He's got it. Tries to chip it out of the zone. Can't quite get it out. Hens are able to keep it in the corner. They get a shot off. Good kick save by Casalito. Met there by Hoover. Hoover ties it up in the corner. Puck ends up leaking out, but coming to the possession. They sweep around Anaya. Going to try to play it over in front. Goes to Casalito's there for the save. Defense is there to end up keeping the puck out. Good save by Casalito. Good play by the defense. Behind the net to Schroeder. Schroeder sends it forward. Schroeder sends it up to Felmley. Goes just off the stick of Felmley. End up able to sweep it around. Puck's played. Anaya trying to chip at it at center. Raptors need to get a change. Carry it down into the zone. Get a shot off, but it doesn't make it through traffic. Goes down into the corner. Hens try to make a crosser, but it doesn't quite happen. It's met there by McLean. McLean's going to have it over here along the board. Sends it forward and able to clear the zone. Puck dribbles into the neutral zone. Goes to Anaya and Felmley. McLean tries to make a sweep, misses it. Hoover chips it down and plays into the corner. And still gain possession and try to send a crosser. Goes right to the stick of Anaya. Anaya sends it up along the boards. Raptors need to get a change. Felmley sending it forward. Goes to the stick of McPhee, but a little bit long. Hens dump it down into the zone. It's clear with no icing. Hoover's in pursuit behind the net. She meets it down into the corner. The puck's leaked out. Schroeder picks it up. Schroeder tries to send it forward, but can't quite clear it out of the zone. Goes over to the stick of Hoover. Hoover tries to send it forward. Able to get up to Felmley. Felmley does play it forward to Doss. Felmley ends up being able to chip it down into the zone. Gets to Doss. Doss and McPhee are right there. And they got Waldron coming in the top of the triangle. Tries for the crosser. Doesn't quite make it through traffic. Hens gather it down into the corner, but McPhee's met there with a stick. McPhee tries to play it through. Waldron keeps it in. Try to keep it down into the corner, but they're able to send it out off the stick of DiLorenzo. They're going to have an opportunity for it, but DiLorenzo hustling on the back check. They do need a cross pass across the face of Anthony. Waldron on the back check gets enough of the stick to get not allowing them to get a good shot off. Kick saved by Casalito. Tried to play over in front. Goes to the stick of DiLorenzo. Going to chip it up along the boards on the side. It'll play soft enough to not get an icing and a cover by the goalie. Draw coming down inside of the Raptors, inside of the Hen zone, 6:02 left in the second. Got Waldron, McPhee, Doss, DiLorenzo, and Anthony. Waldron takes the draw and wins it back. Goes a little bit too far in the middle and aren't able to keep it into the zone. Anthony gathers it in the neutral zone. Plays it back into his own zone and sends it forward. Goes right to the stick of McPhee. McPhee tries carrying it forward, but gets a little bit of traffic. Waldron in pursuit. The Hens going to play it back along the boards. Nobody there to meet him. They're able to chip it forward and send it up along the boards. Not sure if it touched anybody. I think we're going to get an ice and it'll come back into the Hen zone for a draw. Raptors getting a change. Oncoming Yellen. Lane and Anaya. DiLorenzo and Anthony staying on at D. .5:39 left in the second. Anaya makes a nice win over to the side, but can't quite handle it by Yellen. Went between his legs. Yellen in pursuit, though, down into the corner. Hens gain possession in the zone. They kick it out. Goes into the neutral zone loose. DiLorenzo carries it forward, bringing it back into the zone. Makes a nice little sweep to get an opportunity in. Tries to send it over in front of the net, but doesn't quite go off the way that they want. Got a bad bounce. The Hens gathering it through. The Hens guy gathering it through, but nice save by Casalito. Got to get a body on that guy. He carried it all the way through the neutral zone and into the zone with no traffic. Change on D. We got Wolf and Hollingworth coming in. We got Anaya, Lane, and Yellen for forwards. 5 minutes, 10 seconds left in the second. 1-0 Raptors. Anaya with a nice win. Goes down into the corner. Right off the stick of Wolf. Wolf had it, but they're able to send it right up to the player, and the player takes a shot on the net. Good save by Casalito. Hollingworth tries to clear, but goes over to Yellen. Yellen uses his body to get possession of the puck, and he tries to clear, but ends up coming over to center. Over to Hollingworth. Got to get the puck out of the zone. A nice little stretch forward to the stick of Yellen. Yellen with a drag right to the stick of Anaya. Anaya's going to have a chance. He brings it into the zone. Little backhand right into the glove of the goalie. Draw coming in the Hen zone. 4:44 left in the second. Raptors getting a change. We got Waldron, McLean, Felmley coming on the ice. Wolf and Hollingworth staying in at D. Waldron with the win, chips it forward to McLean. McLean with a crosser. Oh, right off the stick of Felmley. Wasn't quite ready for it. Felmley sends it back on the net. Puck's loose. Ends up going behind the net. Waldron in pursuit behind the net. The Hens are carrying it forward. Waldron tries the back check. The Hens able to send it forward across the neutral zone. Hollingworth there to meet him. Good little chip. They still gain possession. They sweep around Hollingworth. Waldron goes down, tries to go off the knee. Chips it over top, and he goes right over to the Hens player. Here's back for the shot. Doesn't make it through. Went off of Wolf. Wolf's got it behind the net. Hens player plays it back along the boards. They play it back along the boards again. Somebody's got to get him over there in the corner. Nobody's there to meet him. They try to send it out in front. Send it a little bit long. Met there by Waldron. They try to send it back long. Goes off the skate of Waldron. Right over here to Wolf. Wolf has possession. Sweeps it up into the neutral zone, but loses possession. Goes right to the Hens player. Played down into their zone. Met there by Waldron. Waldron's able to chip it back down into the corner. In pursuit. Down into the corner off the stick of Felmley, but they're able to keep it in. McLean chips it forward to keep it in. Waldron's right there to sweep it and gather the possession. Waldron carving through, makes a nice move. Oh, and then gets his stick lifted and played by the Hens player. Gains possession back into the neutral zone. Off the stick of McLean. McLean over to Felmley. Felmley's able to chip it forward to put it down back into the zone. Off the stick of Felmley, off the stick of McLean. Played forward by the Hens. Missed there by Hollingworth. Waldron there to back check. Get it back over to the corner. They send it over in front to the front of the net. Casalito with a save. Wolf chips it down along the board. Somebody's got to make an effort to get this puck out of here. Up along the thing. They send it over in front. Goes off of Hollingworth. Makes it through to Casalito. Casalito kicks it wide. Puck's still in the corner. They try for the crosser until the Raptors are getting tired. Got to get the puck out of there. Look like they're on the power play. They gain possession down into the corner. Send it back behind the net. Back along to the other corner. Waldron's got to get it out here. Tries to chip it forward. Can't quite get it up. It does get up to McPhee. McPhee's there to get the crosser to send it out. A little bit too long for the stick of Felmley. Puck still live down into the corner. No ice. Touched there by the Blue Hen player. They send it along. It's going to come to Wolf. Wolf played the stick instead of the body, and they swept right around him. Schroeder tries to send it up forward. It goes off the net. We'll have a draw coming just outside of the Raptor zone. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the second. 1-0 Raptors. On the ice coming the line of Anaya, Doss, McPhee, Hoover, and Schroeder. Hens win the draw, but it goes over to the stick of McPhee. McPhee's going to have possession along the right side. He's able to send a little sauce forward. Tries to get it to Anaya, but met there by a defender. Carried back over by McPhee. McPhee makes a nice little drag to carry the possession to the neutral zone and into the zone. Might have a chance for a shot here. They stick with him. He gets a nice little crosser. Oh, it goes right off the goalie. Poke checked it forward. Couldn't quite get to the stick of Doss. Hens have it down in the zone. They carry it forward. They sweep around Schroeder. Anaya trying to make a play out of it. They end up chipping it down into the zone. Hoover's going to pursue it in the corner. Hoover's there to meet him. Back along the boards. Anaya sends it back over to Hoover. Hoover gains possession. Makes a little move to carry it forward. Just carrying it into the neutral zone. Going to carry it down into the zone. Gets a little bit tied up, and the puck goes down into the corner. She keeps pursuit down into the corner. Gets it right to the stick of Doss. Doss was going to play it back to her, but she turned the back and went back up the ice. We go over to McPhee. McPhee meets him there. Able to keep the puck in. McPhee uses his body to keep it in. Right to the stick of Doss, but it goes between his legs. Couldn't quite get off a shot. They sweep around Schroeder and send it forward. They're using their speed to gain the zone. Hoover's there to hit the glove save. Oh, good glove save by Casalito. He covers up. Casalito having a great game so far. He's taken a lot of shots. Great save. All right, draw coming down in the Raptors zone. We got 1:18 left in the first. We got DiLorenzo and Anthony coming on the ice with Waldron, Yellen, and Max Lane. Waldron going to take the draw. Puck is dropped and leans it back between his legs over to DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo's going to carry behind the net tries to chip it forward. Sends it up to the stick of Yellen. Yellen goes off a stick back down to DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo's got his head down, not quite looking where he's going. Tries to make a draw, loses possession, goes to the stick of Waldron. Waldron's going to be able to carry it forward. Waldron's got Lane and Yellen with him. Bit of a pass that went a little bit too behind Lane, able to chip it down into the zone. A little bit of a late decision there by Waldron to send it forward. He had Lane an opportunity, but still able to get down into the zone. Hens try to clear. They're able to carry it forward. They fan on the pass forward, but able to get between his legs. Met there by DiLorenzo with a nice stick lift to cause some traffic. Met there by Yellen. Yellen with a good job. Try to keep it forward, go over to Lane. Hens get the possession, try to chip it in, but it goes to the stick of DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo's going to send it back up on an angle, right to the stick of Lane. Lane tries to send it across her, right to Yellen. Yellen in pursuit, but can't quite get it. No call coming on that one. Yellen using his body good today. Comes back into the neutral zone. Somebody lost their glove. I think it came off the Raptors bench. Raptors going to get a change. 13 seconds left in the second. Going to swap out the D. On the ice staying Waldron, Yellen, and Lane. Oncoming Hollingworth and Robinson. Waldron wins the draw over to Yellen. Tries to carry it into the zone. It's met there by the Hen. They try to play it through the neutral zone, but lose control. Able to chip it in. Hollingworth there to meet him in the stick. Hollingworth goes down. They try to get a shot over in front. Goes over in front of Casalito. Doesn't touch anybody, but Lane plays it forward. And that's the end of the second period. Raptors are just a few passes away and opportunities from keeping this lead going. But 1-0, end of the second. Sole goal coming back in the first by Waldron. Casalito having a great day in the net. Has to be taking 10+ shots so far, and he's doing real well. Raptors coming into the third with a 1-0 lead over the Blue Hens. We got Family, Wolf at center, and McLam. We got Robinson and Hollingworth in the back. Draw won by the Hens. They win it back into their zone. They play it forward on an angle along the boards. They carry it into the neutral zone. Pass forward into their zone. Met there by Robinson. Robinson able to break it up. Goes to the stick of McLam. McLam can clear the zone. Puck loose in the neutral zone. Tommy does a good job of taking away the pass lane there. And coming back over on the side. Hens carry it into the zone. They go around Wolf to get into the zone. Try to play it forward. Hollingworth tries to keep it in. Or tries to get it out. Goes off the stick of Hollingworth right to the Hens player. Good little play forward by McLam. Felmley's able to play it forward into the neutral zone. Got to use some speed to gain it. Gathers the zone. Puts a shot up on the net. Oh, the puck is loose in front. They tried to cover and are able to make the play. Puck was loose in front for a second, but the goalie dove out on it. Draw coming down in the Hen zone. We got the line of McPhee, Waldron, and Doss coming on with Schroeder and Hoover in the back. Waldron going to take the draw. He wins it right into the skate of the ref. The Blue Hens able to get it and chip it forward. Schroeder plays it into the corner. Puts a nice body on it to prevent it to coming across. Puck's played behind the net by the Hens. Hoover tries to come down, goes to the stick of Waldron. Waldron sends it forward to McPhee. McPhee can't quite handle the pass. It goes off of his stick. Pass might have been a little bit behind him. They try to play it up the boards. Goes right to the Hens player, over in front of Hoover. Schroeder's got to come over on the crosser. Schroeder comes over and makes the play. Good hustle over by Schroeder. Hoover gets possession to send it forward. Kept in by the Hens. Goes off to the stick of Waldron. They make a sweep. Try to gain possession. Hoover's there to tie it up. Waldron gathers it, chips it just ahead a little bit, but it goes right to the player. Waldron trying to clear. Does get it up to Doss. Doss gets it and plays it forward. McPhee in pursuit. Not going to be an icing here. They come down and touch it. McPhee on the other side of the net. Uses his stick. Create it. Met there by McPhee. McPhee's able to make the play and keep the puck in. Tries to play it down low, but the ref's right there. Goes right to the stick of Waldron over to Schroeder. Schroeder chips it back down into the corner. McPhee in pursuit down low. Played over behind the net. Doss is going to pursue it down in the corner. They're able to clear, which most likely will come back for an ice. Draw going to come back down in the Hen zone. 11 minutes left in the third period. 1-0 Raptors. On the ice, we have Anaya, Lane, and Yellen, DiLorenzo, and Anthony on D. Hens win the draw. Got the possession back around the boards. Anaya tries to make a play on it. Can't quite get there. Gets his stick tied up. And a call coming. Anaya got his stick underneath the skate of the Hens player. They went down. We're going to get a tripping call here. Raptors going to go on the penalty kill. 10:52 left in the third. I think he was just trying to play the puck and they stepped on his stick. On the ice for the kill, we're going to have Waldron, Wolf, Anthony, and DiLorenzo. Raptors can't let in a goal here. Got 1:30 to kill. Wolf's going to take the draw. Hens win it back to the D. They go D to D at the top. Send a puck on the net, but it goes a little bit wide. Still gain possession. Anthony's there to meet him. They're going to try to carry it. Have possession down in the corner. They'll try to carry it wide. DiLorenzo scrapping in front. Plays it up to the high side. Waldron ends up able to chip it forward. It goes up to the stick. And able to play it back down into the corner. They play back down in the corner. Anthony's there to meet him. Anthony uses his body to get in the way. Hens gather possession. They got it behind the net. He's wide open down there in the corner. Somebody's got to go play their corner down there. They get a shot on the net that goes just a little bit wide. 51 seconds left in the penalty kill. Playing it back behind the boards. Anthony's there to meet him. Got to finish that. Got to go down and get the guy. Let him stand there. Got to go pursue the puck. Let him try to play a chance in front. It goes over top of the net. The stick of DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo's got to get the puck out of the zone. Over to Wolf. Wolf tries to clear. Can't quite get it out. Able to get possession and chip it forward. Waldron there in pursuit. Waldron there in pursuit. Makes a play on the puck. 25 seconds left on the power play. And the penalty kill. They're bringing it in. Waldron tries to get a stick, but can't quite get it. Played wide by Anthony. Puck's there. Try played in front. Good opportunity in front, but it's kicked wide. They try to use their body. DiLorenzo uses his body to get over there. They got to play it right in front. Doss able to get a stick on it to play it down in the corner. Nobody down in the corner to pursue the guy again. Anthony's got to come make a play on that puck. Got to put some pressure on him. Doss is right there to put pressure on him. With DiLorenzo, they make a sweep around him. Try to play it over in front. Good save by Casalito off the shoulder. Just got to get the thing up along the boards and down the ice. Back to full strength of the Raptors. The puck comes up to Waldron, but a little bit wide. Might have an opportunity here if Doss can use his speed to gain the possession of the puck. Send it back over in front. Got an opportunity. He carries it in. Sends across. Scores! Doss takes his time. Gets a snipe over the top corner. Blocker side on the Hens goalie. 2-0 Raptors. 2 greasy goals over the blocker side by the Raptors today. Raptors killed off the penalty, and as soon as they got back to full strength, able to pursue the puck the other way and finish the job. On the ice, we got Waldron, McPhee, Doss, Hollingworth, and Robinson. Hens win the draw and send it back along the boards. Met there by Waldron. Waldron plays a stick on it. Chips it up to play it into the zone. It's going to go down into the corner. Doss has got to pursue that puck down into the corner. It's just sitting there. Coming back in. They play it back to Robinson. Robinson's there. Doss is going to have a chance for it here on the crosser. Gets it down along the boards. Waldron in pursuit behind the boards. Gets the stick lift. Tries to send it over in front. A little bit too wide for McPhee. Makes a back check to keep it in the zone. End up being able to leak it out. Comes back to the stick of Hollingworth. Hollingworth's going to play it forward. Able to keep it forward, but it's going to they play it down into the zone to Robinson. Robinson's going to carry it behind the net. Got 8:21 left in the third. 2-0 Raptors. Robinson carries it forward. Doss is able to deflect it up into the neutral zone. Nobody's in pursuit of it. Got to keep our skates moving. We met there right by Yellen on the board. Raptors in the middle of a change. Got a sweep around Hoover right to Hollingworth. Hollingworth's able to play it forward. Raptors can't quite clear the zone. Get the skates of McPhee. McPhee's able to clear the zone. Over to Yellen. Yellen, McPhee, and Doss. Had an opportunity for a 3-on-1. Lose a little bit of handles on it. Hens carrying it back into the zone. I think we're going to have an offsides call. Good. McPhee was able to tie him up enough to get the offsides call. $7:49 left in the third. 2-0 Raptors. We got Anaya, Lane, and Yellen on the ice, and we got Hoover and Schroeder on D. They tie up Anaya's stick, couldn't quite play it backwards. Hens able to gain possession. They play it all the way back into their zone. Try to go D to D. Yellen's there to cause some issues. Tries to play it. Schroeder tried to make a possession on the puck. They couldn't quite get to it. They lost handle. Plays it up to Schroeder. Schroeder makes a drag to play it forward. Excuse me. Play it over to Yellen. Yellen over to Lane. Lane will have an opportunity. Yellen, the shot scores! Lane with a nice little play to chip it over to Yellen. Yellen rips it underneath the glove on the left side. 3-0 Raptors. 7:25 left in the third. Keeping that line up on the ice. Anaya wins the draw this time. Goes over to Yellen, but it's tied up by their feet. Not there by Schroeder. Schroeder makes a nice little play forward over to the feet of Yellen. Yellen gets the chance. He gets sent another puck on the net, but it's kicked wide. Lane's there. I'll get the puck in front. Oh, man, what a save by the goalie. Good crosser by Max Lane right to Anaya's stick. Anaya ripped it right into the glove. Good opportunity. Good shot by Anaya, but an excellent save by the goalie. Raptors getting a change. We've got Anthony and DiLorenzo coming in on defense. Got McLean, Wolf, and Felmley edge forwards. Wolf wins the draw but gets tied up. Ends up going down. Hens gather possession. They are able to clear the zone. Played back to Anthony. Anthony able to control it long enough to get some help. It sends it right back to the Hens player. The Hens player carries into the neutral zone, and Anthony goes down. DiLorenzo's going to have to come over and make the check on the side. He's able to pursue it with his body. Makes enough of a play down in the corner to gain possession. Anthony gets the puck. Tries to clear the zone, but doesn't quite get there. The Hens player's got it at the zone. Plays D to D. Carry it down into Wolf. Send it wide to Casalito. Over to Anthony. Anthony pursuing it in the corner. Can't quite gain possession to get it out. They try to make a crosser. DiLorenzo's there to chip it back down into the corner. Made a nice play with his shins to deflect it in. Felmley's got to get this puck out. Ends up playing it, able to clear. Can't see the puck down the side. Can't tell if it's going to be an ice, and it does make it. Icing on the Raptors. Draw going to come back down in their zone. 6:17 left in the third. We got Waldron, McPhee, Robinson, Doss, and Hollingworth coming on the ice. Raptors got to close this one out. Waldron wins the draw, but it goes right off the skate of the ref again. Goes right to the Hens player. Able to keep it in the zone. Waldron gets it, chips it forward to Doss. They're able to clear the zone. Doss is carried into the neutral zone with some space. They're giving him some space. McPhee skating the line and able to gain the zone too. Doss got it in the corner, tries to send a crosser. Oh, it goes right off the side of the net. Puck's loose behind the net. Waldron is in pursuit and they're able to play it in there between his legs. The Hens are gathering possession and carrying into the neutral zone. They have some numbers to carry it forward. They wait for him. He carries it in. Hollingworth there. Try to send it back, but here we go. We're going to have a nice opportunity the other way if we can get some speed. Over to the stick of McPhee. McPhee makes a drag. They have a back check on him. They end up taking him down. The puck's still loose, no call. Try to play forward. The puck's out of the zone. Played back in. We're going to get an offsides. McPhee got tied up a little bit and went down. All right, coming just outside of the zone, we got Waldron, Doss, McPhee, Hoover, and Schrody. Waldron wins the draw to the side. Ends up going down into the zone. Off the stick of McPhee. McPhee gathers possession and sends it back down along the boards. Dawson's going to be in pursuit behind the boards. Got to get there. He's there. Gets a stick on it. Sends it right back to the stick of Waldron. Waldron tries to play it through the legs, but gets tied up. Turnover creates an opportunity the other way, right to Schroeder. Schroeder's able to get there. We get a little stick on it with a chance. Oh, good save by Casalito. Puck's still loose, and he covers it up. Excellent save by Casalito. We got some pushing going on over behind the net. Oh, somebody just threw a punch behind the net. We'll see what we got going on here. We got at least a Hens player going to the box and Schroeder to the box. Got 2 roughing calls, going to play 5-on-5 hockey. Got 5 minutes left in the third. 3-0 Raptors. Okay, we got Anaya, Lane, Hoover, Yellen, and DiLorenzo. Can't let them back into this. Here we go. DiLorenzo tries to carry it forward through traffic. Not quite able to keep it out. Right there by the stick of Anaya. The trade played forward off the stick of Hoover. Hoover able to chip it down into the corner. She pursues it down into the corner. Gets tied up. Tries to play it out, but it ends up leaking up towards center. Good. Yellen's there to gather the puck. Try to carry it out of the zone. Is able to clear the zone. Sends it forward right to the stick of Anaya. Goes right to Lane. Lane bringing it in. Chips it forward to himself. Tries to make a drag. Can't quite get possession of it. Broken up there by the Hens player. Yellen trying the back check. Tries to get it there. Loses the stick. A couple people go down. Hoover goes down. They try to make a sweep. Goes around DiLorenzo. Casalito was ready. And they're playing down to the corner. Hoover gets back up and pursues it down in the corner. Is able to tie it up. They still have possession. Anaya's there to help. Anaya gathers possession behind the net. Sends it forward. Gets it up to Yellen. Yellen's able to chip it into the neutral zone. Makes a nice little crossing pass over here to Lane. Lane's going to gather possession going into the zone. Oh, we're going to have a little, no offsides. It was clear. Anaya skated the line enough. Lane gathers possession. Oh, can't quite get his shot off. Gets a stick tied up. He pursues it behind the net. Does the work. Sends it over in front. Puck's loose in front. Goes right by Yellen. DiLorenzo comes in with a swapper. It's, oh. Ends up chipping just a little bit wide. Anaya has it down in the corner, and we got a high sticking call. I think the call's coming against the Hens. High sticking. They're going to go to the box. Or see, or who they calling here. Let's see.
Play smart.
Nope, high stick. Just going to come outside the zone.
Let's go, Raptors!
Just play the puck with the high stick and then touch it. So coming outside the zone, the line of Waldron, Doss, McPhee, Anthony, and Hollingworth. Waldron wins the draw over to McPhee. McPhee gets it and chips it down along the boards into the zone. Waldron in pursuit behind the net. Can't quite get there, but it's enough to get the puck over to McPhee. McPhee's tied up into the corner with the puck. Hens come up with it. They're met there by Waldron. Waldron comes out with the possession. He's going to have a chance to chip it over in front to Doss with a loose in front. Doss gets a chance to stick a Waldron. Waldron with a shot. Tied up in front. Oh, come down. Anthony's going to come down for the slap shot. Oh, fans on the shot. Can't quite get it, but Waldron's right there to send it back over in front. Goes off the skate of the defender. Chips it out into the neutral zone to Anthony. Anthony gathers it. Decides to carry it. Loses possession down into the zone. Gains possession again. Sends it forward. Goes up to the stick of McPhee. Played back over the line and an offsides. The minor roughings are done. 3:22 left in the third. 5-on-5 hockey. 3-0 Raptors. Oncoming Wolf, McLam, and Felmley. Switching out the D. We got Hollingworth and Logan Robinson on the ice. Hens win the draw and play it back over to their D. McLam with a nice pursuit to tie it up there. McLam's able to make a nice play on the puck to keep it into the neutral zone. Trying to carve it forward, and they go down, lose it. Oh, Felmley can't quite gather possession. He sends it back down and along the boards to keep it in. Goes a little bit wide. They can't quite play it down into the back. Hollingworth turns in pursuit. They carry it up into the zone. Goes up chipping across the stick of Felmley. Felmley gathers it into the neutral zone. He's going to have possession and carry it in. Sends it forward into the net, but we got an offsides. Draw coming just outside of the Hen zone. 2:50 left in the third period. 3-0 Raptors. Got Anaya, Yellen, Lane, Schroeder, and DiLorenzo. Raptors kind of caught in the middle of a change. The Schroeder's ends up being there to break it up. And still gain possession and carry it into the zone. Schroeder there to make a nice little play on the back check. Oh! Couldn't quite get it out. Hens make a nice play across for the one-timer. Send it up over top of the blocker of Casalito. Good shot by the Hens. 3-1. 2:38 left in the third. To be honest, that was an extremely slow change off the bench and it caught our defenseman off guard. And Aya wins the draw over to Yellen. Yellen pursues it forward. Plays it over along the boards. He dumps it. Sends it back down into the corner, and Aya's in pursuit. We've also got Lane there. They're able to carry it forward. Yellen's got to get back in his position. DiLorenzo's having to come over to do the back check, and he does. Able to send it forward to Anthony. Anthony plays it forward to Yellen. Yellen makes a nice little sweep, gets a stick lift to be able to still play it forward. Carries into the zone, makes a great play over to Lane. Lane with a shot. Oh, good save by the goalie. Excellent play by Yellen. He recovered, came back, made a nice play, and a great pass over to Lane for a good opportunity. Good save by the Hens goalie. 2:10 left in the third. 3-1 Raptors. Hens end up winning the draw and try to carry it over to the zone, but end up playing to the stick of Lane. Lane gets it over to Nia. Nia with a nice backhand, but a blocker save by the goalie. Comes back to DiLorenzo at the point. DiLorenzo tries to keep it in. He does. Ended up getting a stick on it. Gets it over there to Yellen. Yellen ties it up along the boards. And Aya's there to chip it too. They send it around Anthony. Opportunity coming the other way, but Anaya does a good job right there tying the puck up. Sends it up over to Anthony. Or over to Lane, excuse me. Lane's got it, carries it into the zone. Gets tied up and the puck goes down into the corner. Two people to meet him there. Ended up sweeping around Anaya. Can't quite get past Lane. Comes to the neutral zone to Anthony. Anthony makes a nice little play to chip it back over to Lane. Lane dumps it. Dumps it down into the corner. Yellen's in pursuit down in the corner to tie it up. Oh, they're calling a penalty on that. He didn't do anything. The person slipped. Awful call. Penalty going to come up here to the Raptors. When Schroeder touches it, they're going to blow the whistle. That was an absolutely awful call. Yellen played the high side of the puck like he's supposed to. And the Hens player just changed direction and lost footing. It was a lousy call. Got to kill off this power play. We got 1:12 left in the third. 3-1 Raptors. Timeout by the Hens. Raptors are going to need to be aggressive here and clear this puck. Not let them get any more chances on the net. We got 1:12 left in the third. They're bringing out Waldron, Hoover, Anaya, Schroeder. We got Casalito in the net. He's having a great day today. Waldron going to take the draw, and he wins it back down into the corner. Schroeder gains possession of the puck. The Hens end up stealing it away. Tries to send it up along the board, but can't quite get it out. They chip it back down in. Got it behind the net. Hoover's in pursuit. Got to play down into that corner and get that puck. They got it over on that side. Schroeder's got to get over there and challenge it. Tries to play the high side. Plays it low. They're able to clear it over across the thing to get a chance for another shot. Oh, Anaya's there to get a stick on it, and it goes behind the net. Schroeder scrapping behind the net for it. Hens still able to gain possession. Waldron's over there in the corner with Schroeder. Schroeder goes off of Schroeder's chest. The puck gets lost. Oh, tries to clear it over in front. The puck comes over to the stick of Anaya. Anaya chips it forward over to Waldron. Waldron's got to send it down the ice. Good. There's an empty net the other way. Schroeder's in pursuit. A good play. The puck is over on the side. Waldron's got the puck. Bringing it into the zone. He's clear. Chips it over. Oh, goes over in front. Schroeder makes a nice play on the puck. Waldron's there to scrap with it. Hoover's got it. She just got to clear it back down the ice. Sends it up. Off the stick of the Hens player. Come on, boys! Waldron gets it and rips it. Oh, goes off with the stick. Tries to clear towards the empty net. We got 8 seconds left. Hens trying to play it forward. They play it over in front. He got 3 seconds left. Schroeder plays it back into the zone, and time's going to expire. Great effort by the Raptors today. 3-1. Goals by Waldron, Yellen, and Doss. Good penalty kill. Much better effort and energy today than last night. 3-1 Raptors. Be back at it tonight at 7:30 or 7:20.